Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Denise Middleton. Welcome to Volunteer Vibes. Hope you all are doing well on this Friday morning. You know what? This weekend is a great time to get out and meet new people and try something new and give back at the same time. So, we want to tell you about some cool opportunities that are happening this weekend. So, I want to bring in Miss Gayla Wilson with Volunteer Houston. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Denise. Good morning, everyone.
So, what do we have to look forward to this weekend? What's going on tomorrow?
So, this weekend, the weather's supposed to be great. And if you want to get outside, there's a couple of worthy nonprofits that need your help. So, the first one is an organization called Gustavia Pearls Women's Outreach, and they are hosting a community health fair. It's being held tomorrow, March the 5th from 8:30 until 1, and it's located at 18328 Corpus Christi Street in Houston 77015. So they need volunteers, Denise, to help set up the vendors with crowd control, greeters, and the registration table. So you're going to be out there with the community helping everyone to make sure that they're healthy and well. And so it's an all-day event. It's going to be available for volunteers if you speak English or if you speak Spanish, and they're expecting a lot of people, and they need 20 volunteers to come and help out with this community health fair.
Oh, that sounds nice. And since it's outside, I'm assuming they aren't requiring masks. Is that correct?
At this point, they do not state that they're requiring masks, but I'm sure if you feel comfortable as a volunteer with the mask, that will be encouraged. But they are encouraging social distancing. They're going to have snacks and water provided to the volunteers. And so, yeah, it should be a good time to be outside. And then they're going to do all of the sanitizing and disinfecting to make sure that the surfaces are safe and things like that.
Okay, that sounds good. And so you have some more outdoor volunteer opportunities for perhaps the family that maybe the
Um,
whole family can come out and enjoy.
Well, let's see if we have anything available for families to come out this weekend. This one is actually family friendly if they're at the age of 11 or older.
Okay.
So this one actually is family friendly. And so we don't want young children, probably anything younger than 11 years old, because you want them to be safe and well, and you want them to make sure that they can actually be busy while they're there. So if you have children who are age 11 and older and you want to get them outside, definitely come out and support.
All right, that sounds good. So is there anything else that is happening on Saturday or Sunday that people can go ahead and still sign up for today?
Let's see if we have a couple of other great family friendly options available for this weekend. So, of course, we always are going to have to probably have help for varying food bank organizations. The Houston Food Bank probably has a need for some volunteers this weekend as well. So, yeah, so that's probably another one that's going to be available as well. But this weekend, I think because of the rodeos going on, a lot of events may be on hold because they know that it's going to be such a great weather day that more people may be out actually attending the rodeo. But this one for Gustavia Pearls is definitely a great one to get out if you have plans to go to the rodeo. Make plans after this in the afternoon and go out and support this worthwhile organization.
All right, it sounds good. And of course, you guys can always go to volunteerhou.org. They have
Mhm.
a portal there with several different opportunities to choose from. So you can go there and sign up right now. All right,
Exactly. Yes.
Gayla, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Um, we have a really unique and cool opportunity that we want to tell you about right now. So let's go ahead and bring in Mary Horner. She is with the Therapy Pet Pals. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Denise. How are you today?
Doing well. I'm so glad you can join us because I really love this volunteer opportunity. Tell us, though, about the organization in case people aren't familiar with it.
Well, our organization is actually one of the oldest therapy pet groups in Texas, and we're making a difference at least twice a month as a minimum as a volunteer with your dog. Uh, we visit the elderly. That is our particular forte as far as therapy groups. The elderly, the mentally, physically challenged, and the terminally ill. We bring our pets to different type of facilities, whether they're assisted living. There's one of our little girls, Val, with a resident, and she's fairly new to our program. But we visit the residents at assisted living centers, nursing homes, and sometimes rehab centers. Um, uh, Our pets go twice a month, and we find that they bond with the residents, and pretty soon the residents feel like they're the family pet. They have been detached from their pets, being in these institutionalized type of facilities, and with the regular visits of unconditional love of these pets and our compassionate volunteers, they just love it. And our dogs love it, and the volunteers love it. Once you get hooked, you get hooked.
I bet. So talk about the volunteer process and what it takes to be a part of this and become a volunteer.
Well, twice a year we normally evaluate people. We have a evaluation coming up this coming Saturday. Unfortunately, it's something you have to pre-register for because there are a few requirements that you have to get ahead of time. But some of these requirements are that your pet doesn't need a lot of specialized training like service dogs, but it needs to be interested in folks. It needs to be have a good temperament, well socialized, be able to walk on a loose lead, have a very calm demeanor to visit with these folks. Has to be up to date on its vaccines, and the biggest thing is they need to pass an American Kennel Club Good Citizens Canine Good Citizens test. Um, if you are training your own dog with obedience training, sometimes you can go to one of the big box pet stores or a private trainer, and they will be able to give you a test. If you're not familiar with this particular test, you can look it up online at the American Kennel Club. It's called the Canine Good Citizens Test. And if you want to take a class at some of these stores, then or with a trainer, then sometimes it takes 6 to 8 weeks. So actually, starting now is a good time to get your pet ready for our September 17th class because the folks that are coming to our March 5th class, they've already passed these tests. And as long as your dog's a year old, we accept them. Now, the other big thing is the folk skills. The volunteers have to be compassionate and willing to share the love of their pet with the ill and the elderly in these facilities. And they have to commit to like twice a month visits because we find that way the people bond with the pets and they become like I say, family members, and they're looking forward to you coming. And if you don't show up, they kind of really miss you. You have to be 18 years old and you have to have owned your little dog for about a year.
Well, and the cases, the COVID cases have gone down, as we know, but are there any concerns, since these are elderly people with volunteers coming in and being so close with the residents?
Well, actually, we have been shut down into not allowing us into these facilities probably for about a year and a half. When COVID really ramped up, and because they are medical facilities, we were kind of governed by what initially the government had as far as allowing us in. But the facilities have relaxed the rules. We have over 30 facilities in the greater like Woodlands, Northwest Houston area. Our kind of 30 facilities we operate in are anywhere from Willis, Conroe down to 1960 area, over 1960 to Tomball, and then back up. We have legal agreements with these facilities. They aren't just any facilities that you can go into, and so you're assigned a facility once we qualify you for this. And each facility has a different opening requirement. Some require you wear a mask, others don't. That's kind of loosening up a little bit. So it just depends on whichever facility you're assigned to, which is close to your house. Then we'll have to go by whatever their particular guidelines are.
Okay, and folks are leaving comments. You can be sure to comment and let us know if you have any questions. They're saying how, one of their pets would love to do it, but this isn't your typical volunteer opportunity. You can't just sign up and go, there's a lot of training, as you mentioned, with the dog and the owner, but talk about the difference and the impact that it has on them and why it's so important, why you would encourage someone to sign up for this.
Well, these people have left their pets behind when they went into these facilities. And actually, there's scientific research that shows that having a pet around and just petting a pet or a dog, a cat or a dog rather, it reduces your blood pressure. It gives them a feeling of good feeling. There's a serotonin feeling that builds up when you actually start to pet an animal. Um, a lot of these people, and it is proven, even though you may not be in a facility, if you have your own pet, you know that if you're recovering from some type of illness, it sure is nice to have your pet provide a calming and emotional stability, and it reduces loneliness for those people, especially those who are alone in these type of facilities. In dementia patients, the animals can have a really soothing effect because sometimes the people have difficulty using language. I mean, it just happens with the dementia process. So it's really important, and that's why we say volunteer goes with their pets twice a month. The people get used to you coming in, and they really look forward to it. I've been with the program for 19 years. Once you have a stroke patient that has never really talked, and some of the aides at the facilities are in the room when I was there a long, long time ago, and this lady said, "I love you," and they looked at the lady and said, "She's never spoken."
Wow.
Well, she was talking to my little dog, and it just got me hooked. And here I am 19 years later.
That is so heartwarming.
Yeah.
I love that. And so I guess how many volunteers are you looking for? I know this is ongoing, so folks have time to sign up, but how many do you need right now?
Well, we have these 30 facilities. Right now, our group has lost some people during COVID. Right now, we're down to 37. We would like to have more of them. With each class, we try to qualify about 15 people. Some of those people may not stay with the program. Some of those people don't know what it's like to work with the elderly. Maybe the dog decides, hey, this isn't quite the thing for me either. It has to be a mutual between the owner and the pet and the concern for people. If the dog's not going to like people, it's not going to work out. So we try to get about 15, 18 people to sign up about every 6 months. Like I say, for the past 18 months, we haven't been able to have these classes, which are twice a year. So we really need people because the facilities have been calling and asking if somebody from our group can go over there. And it's very difficult when you don't have enough members anymore. Some of the dogs have passed away. Some of the people we have in the group have gotten a little older. And so with COVID, they're a little hesitant to go back into these facilities now.
Right. So, well, is there anything else volunteers would need to know before signing up?
The biggest thing is they can go to therapypetpals.org. It gives a complete list of how you go about what the rules and regulations, what the requirements are. The biggest thing is to have this American Kennel Club Canine Good Citizen test, which most therapy dog or pet groups have a requirement for. And it takes a little bit of time. It's just a test where basic obedience, sits down, stays. The dog doesn't jump up. The dog's very calm. So, it's just that's the biggest hurdle, I think, for people these days, plus the fact that they have to have all their vaccines current.
Okay, well, thank you so much. This has been very helpful, very informative. I love this volunteer opportunity. So we appreciate you coming on and fill us in about it. Thank you so much.
Well,
yeah, and we have another guest that I want to bring in. We were having some trouble with the video, but we have audio. So let's see if we can bring them in. This is, we have Diana Miller. She's with Katie Christian Ministries. So Diana, are you there?
I'm there.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, there is a homework buddy program that's going on, and this is another unique opportunity. Can you tell us about that? And I'll pop up some pictures too so folks can see, since we're having trouble getting video.
Is our audio okay? Or
yes.
Is it echoey? Oh no, we're good.
Well, let's see. Go ahead and tell us about this homework buddy program.
I'm going to introduce Teresa and Jocelyn. They are the program managers of that program through our social services.
Hello. So Homework Buddies started with us back in 2016, and we help children from K to 12 at St. Paul's Episcopal Church with their homework. We have volunteers, and we really would like to have more volunteers. We want that child to have that one-on-one tutoring experience. And we find that the ones we have now really, really benefit. Their grades go up, they're more focused, and they really enjoy the relationship that they have with the tutor. It's like their own little study buddy, which, is really beneficial to the child.
That's great. And so what are you looking for in the volunteer? And is there particular age range that you want to stay in?
We are just fine with high school students up to, 100. If that is something that you feel you can make a difference in, if it's something that you feel you can add to our program, we have a lot of high school students that will come and mentor their peers. And a lot of the children really love the older people. So even if you're a retired educator or you just know a certain subject really well that you would like to concentrate in, and we can usually match that child with your expertise.
Okay, great. And so where would volunteers need to meet them, and what are like the different times? I'm popping up some information here right now, some dates here. Just tell us
this
what
is
they
our
need to do.
spring schedule.
Okay.
So this is, we've been going since March 2nd. So we will continue doing this, but what they need to do if you want to volunteer with us would be to register if you want to volunteer with us, you need to go to our website, which is ktcm.org, and go to volunteer, and you can go ahead and find my email on there and email me and I'll get you engaged. We have a lot of other volunteering opportunities as well. We have 2 resale stores that really need volunteers. We have a food pantry. We are really just volunteer run. So there's a lot of opportunities on that web page. And you can also sign up on Volunteer Houston.
Right, and so I have some pictures here from the food bank and the resale store. Talk about your needs there and what you need from volunteers.
Well, our resale store is, we have 2, and we have a lot of shoppers. 91 cents out of every dollar that is donated to us goes right back to feed the people in our food pantry or our social services programs or rent, mortgage, utilities. So our resale store is hugely important to us as a organization because 40% of our yearly budget is met through there. So if we have all these wonderful donations, but we don't have the volunteers to get it merchandised and out on the floor to be sold, we can't provide what we'd like to for our clients. So the resale store, you could expect to be sorting, taking in donations, merchandising, pricing, helping us move furniture. They're a lot of fun. It's a great group. And then our food pantry is, and that the resale store is open from 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. So it's flexible for you to be able to find time to volunteer. And then our food pantry is open from 9 to 2 Monday through Thursday. They're currently feeding about 150 families every day. So you can imagine how busy that is. We are completely volunteer run, other than 1.5 paid staff members that run the food pantry. And then we also have community food fairs. If you want to see the impact of people with food insecurity be blessed right away, the community food fairs are also really fun to be involved in. They're twice a month. If you get on my website, the ktcm.org/volunteer, I can get you all set up with that. We also take groups. So we'd love to have you join us.
That's awesome. And so how old do they need to be to volunteer in case any high school students want to sign up?
13 to 15-year-olds. Everybody needs an application. We also have an orientation that you can sign up for. It's all on my website. There's 3 steps to volunteering: the application, the orientation, and then I show you how to schedule yourself. So 13 to 15 needs to volunteer with a parent, and 16 you can volunteer by yourself and up. We have a gentleman who's 95 in our resale store that is volunteering, and he volunteers all week.
That is awesome.
Yes.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. Again, Katie Christian Ministries here. Lots of different opportunities. As always, you can always head to volunteerhou.org. Check out that portal. See what it is you would like to do. Perhaps you can bring, family or a friend along with you. Lots of options to choose from, that's for sure. But of course, we'll be back every week, every Friday, right here at 11 a.m. to let you know what's going down in H-Town. So thanks so much for joining us this morning. We hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Denise.
Thank you.
Bye, Mary.
Bye-bye.